Week 14 weigh-in. Hi everyone. My name is Dina and this is my channel, Living Mosaic. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to start off with just sharing how my weight has been over the past week. And so let's go ahead and get started. Just curious if you could try to guess if I've lost or gained. I know that last week, if you guys watched that video, it showed like a 0.2 gain. And so I wanted to kind of discuss that and then kind of go from there, and we'll see how this week went. And I'll talk a little bit about um, the outcome. Okay. So last weigh-in was 10:10. I was 249.8 pounds. My BMI was 40.6. My body fat was 54.2. So for this week, this morning I weighed in, it was 53.2 for the body fat. So I'm down 1%. My BMI is 39.9, down 0.7. And my weight is down to 245.6. So I did lose, and I lost 4.2 pounds in 1 week. That is the biggest loss I've had so far. So I'm really excited about that. And I definitely wanted to kind of show you what that looked like there. Okay. So I'm going to go into a little bit more detail because I wanted to just double check to see, like, am I losing, was this a muscle loss? Because this was kind of a high week loss, even though maybe it compensated for last week, because I did a switch in days. So I went from Thursday night injection to a Friday morning injection. So I was just, trying to figure out what's going on there. Technically, maybe an extra day that was in that week prior to the new injection day, and that could have played a part, but I am going to talk about what I think it was here in a minute. So the one thing I wanted to check was the muscle mass, and I'm actually up 0.6 on that. So that I felt really good about. Everything, all the good stuff is up. My protein is up 0.3. My bone mass is up 0.2. The muscle mass 0.6. Body water's 0.8. Let's see what else. Subcutaneous fat is down 0.9%. Fat-free mass is up 1 pound. And the skeletal muscle is 0.7 up. So those are good numbers. Those tell me that I must be doing everything right. I did do some extra exercising this week at the Y. Did a class. I did volleyball. I did some weight machines, and I met all of my step goals this week. I still have today to finish my step goal. Wait, hold on. Where's my watch? Oh, I got it plugged in. So I still have today to finish my step goal and tomorrow for my 5,000 steps. But I've been doing that. I've done it this week. I think it was, I can't remember if it was the week before last is when I was sick. That's the only week I did not meet. So last week and this week, yes. So those are all really good numbers. But I'm amazed that I have a 4.2 pound loss in 1 week. But I was worried that there was something like that's not healthy, you hear that. So I just wanted to make sure that everything looked good there. So I'm really excited about that number. And then I'm going to show you my total weight progress. And this is my chart that shows how I've gone over the past, few months. I started at the 274, currently 245.6. That's a 28-pound loss. And you can see how the chart kind of goes down. I'm really excited about that, and I'm happy about how that's looking. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think some of the challenges were, I guess, that created that not a weight loss, but a 0.2 gain last week. I was going through the past 3 weeks of my tracking, and I track see, I track calories, fiber, protein, fat, and carbs, and my water, my sleep, and my steps. Those are the main things that I track. And I'll talk more about trackers at another day. But I wanted to kind of catch the average for each week to see, like, where did I go wrong here? Was it something that could have definitely changed? So I went back over the past 3 weeks and calculated everything and did an average of what the main ones I was looking for was the carbs and the calories, because there's no reason, like, and well, I did do the fat too, and I just want to see, like, but honestly, when I calculated the 3 weeks, I don't think any of the fat played any part in it, because 1 week when I lost, I had more fat than I did. I ate more fat type food, not bad fat, but healthier fat, more fat type food than I had on the week that I did not lose. So I kind of threw that out. I felt like that was like one of those outliers I didn't need to use. So I just focused on calories and carbs. And the week that I did not lose, my carbs were higher than the other 2 weeks, and my calories were higher on average. There were 3 days in the week that I gained that 0.2 of a pound. What is that like? I don't know how you would word that. I'm not a math genius, so 0.2 pound, 0.2 of a pound. So I don't know if that's ounces or 0.2. I don't know. Okay, well, if you know, let me know in the comments, because I do not know. So the 0.2 gain, I had an average of 1,600 plus calories for the whole week. And that was, out of all the weeks that I had, done, that was a high week. I ate 3 days that week at kind of a high calorie count. So we're looking at 1,900 calories for 3 different times. And so I was like, that's what it was. It was those 3 times during that week that I ate over my deficit. So my deficit goal has always been like between 13 and 1,500. But I don't sweat it if I go a little bit high, like 1,500. But I do try to stay in the lower range so I could keep that deficit going. And so I've done some research as well, and it says that 1,200 is the minimum that a woman should have as far as a calorie deficit. And I'm going to look at my little book here. I did take some notes on that. So when I did the research, yeah, the target should be between 1,200 and 1,300. And as far as for a calorie deficit, I do try to do that. And it looks like all my macros were really good, and I stayed pretty good with that. Like I said, that 1 week, and I'll give you the exact numbers here since I have the book out. So I had an average of 167 carbs and 1,616 calories. So that week my carbs were up, and in the past 3 weeks, and I think that's why I had that gain. So this week, obviously, and I didn't do any averages, but I can look very clearly and see I stayed under 1,500 calories except one day. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm excited about how that all turned out. And the non-scale victories of the week are going to the Y, going on walks, working out. My workout pants, literally all of them, are too big. And the ones that I like the best, I was trying to wear those, and things were just falling down on me. I mean, I had to keep, like, not to the point where I think I would really, my pants would drop, but they were just super loose. And so I was like, you know what, I need to buy something new. So I kind of went out today earlier today, had to run some errands, some appointments and whatnot, and I went to Goodwill just to kind of rummage around and see if there was something I could find. And Goodwill's one of those places you could find a bigger size, but it's harder to find the big sizes. So it's not something I would generally go to find, but now that I'm at 245, woohoo, I am starting to need to go downsize on the rack. So that's really exciting to me. And I found 2 pairs of jeans, a pair of Lee's, a pair of Levi's, and some little and these are all in the wash right now, so I can't show you, or I don't have them tried on or anything yet. But the 2 jeans, I'll try those on. I think I might need maybe another week or so till those fit. But all the jeans I have are really big. And then these gym pants, I'm going to try those on, and hopefully they will fit without looking too tight or weird. But there were 2X. And then I went to Target, and I was going to look for some pants there. Honestly, I didn't want to pay $30 for a pair of pants, so I was like, no, not doing that. But I did find 2 nice pair of 2X shorts on the clearance rack that I will use for pajama shorts. So I'm really excited about that, because with the pajama shorts I usually wear, those are getting too big as well. Like very big, and they're falling off on me. So I want to make sure that I have things that are fitting and they're not too tight, but they're fitting. Okay, so my basket, I know I've mentioned this before in another video, my basket that I'm collecting my bigger size clothes in is now overflowing, because I'm starting to pull things out of the closet and be like, no, this is too big, it doesn't fit. Like, I had a really nice pair of jeans, but when I tried them on the other day, they were huge everywhere. Legs, I'm like, I can't wear these. I mean, they are just so baggy. Even if they barely stayed on the waist, they were just baggy everywhere, and I am not going to do that. And the good and bad thing is, I just bought a lot of pants like earlier in the year because I wanted to have them for fall and winter, and now I cannot wear them. But that's a good thing, so I'm excited about that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else new. The shirt I am wearing is a shirt that was always snug, but it is, you can see it's loose on me. I got that. I had it made. I had this shirt made and a couple made for my daughter, and they have Bible verses, and this is one of my favorites. It says, "He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge." Psalm 91:4. So I had that made, and my daughters, I had them made one, but when I had it made, this was the biggest size shirt they had, so I'm just like, I'm gonna stick it in the closet. At least I made myself a shirt, and lo and behold, I can fit this shirt, which has one of my favorite Bible verses on it, so I'm really super excited about that. So things are going very nicely. I had switched compounded Tirzepatide. I'm taking the NAD and the B12, and that's going really well. I am having 0 symptoms. I'm not having any food noise. Minimal hunger, and I think that's only because, like, it's hours, between eating, and it's like you're hungry. So very minimal hunger. So everything is going superbly, and I'm so happy. Down 28 pounds is amazing, and I just love being on this journey. So if you're wondering about getting on a GLP-1, if you've heard things, you want to do your research, hey, I agree with that. I did research. Go ahead and do your research, watch some videos, get all the information you can, talk to your doctor. It is something that you will not regret. I don't regret it. I feel great. I feel so energized. I actually feel like I'm starting to feel skinny again. And I know I'm not there yet, but I'm starting to feel that. And I'm also feeling accomplished. Like when I can talk about lifting weights with people, like I've had some conversations with some muscular guys about, I'm saying, yeah, I'm starting my weight loss journey. I don't feel weird talking to them about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel weird about that. And I feel like now, and I'm a pretty confident person. I could be extroverted. I think I get along well with people and I can talk, and I'm not super shy like that. So I feel like I can talk to people and not feel weird about it, if you know what I'm saying. So super excited. I wasn't weird in the gym. I didn't feel weird in the gym when there were these teenage guys working out. I was just like, I just went around to the different machines and like I knew what I was doing, and it all went well. And and nobody, gave me any second look or anything weird. So that was great. And so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with everything that's going. I'm sleeping good and I'm keeping track of that as well. I'm drinking my water, shooting for 100 ounces a day. So I feel like a lot of good things are happening with me as far as my health goes. And of course, for those of you who have seen previous videos, you know that my numbers are great. So if you like my content and you're interested in keeping track of my journey with me, then I want you to just go ahead and subscribe, like, and share. And until next time, we shall see you. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And remember, you are a living mosaic. Bye.